the corporate update call for EasyBot, and today it is May 2nd, 2022. An exciting day in the family of EasyBot. We've got a few updates that we want to go through with you today. I hope you guys have seen this posted update. It went out on Telegram. It'll go out by email later on today. But really a few important things that have happened and are happening here in our world. And so we want to go through a few minutes and give you that quick update. All right, just check and see who else is on the call. All right. Perfect. So let's just run through this real quick. We do these updates just to remind everybody that our update happens on Mondays. So we'll do this corporate update every Monday, and we'll do it 12 o'clock Eastern. Right now, we'll do this call every week. This is a great place for you to get the latest and greatest, all the information about what's happening in EasyBot. If you're a leader, you're building teams, you definitely want to show up on these calls. This is where we'll share any the newest information that we have, any questions that you're asking, anything that you want to know. We'll try and answer those questions for you on this corporate update call. We do other calls throughout the week. Those are presentation calls. We talk about the product. Primarily, we focus on the product, and then we do a business builder call for our affiliates and business builders on Saturdays. So if you want to get into the nitty-gritty of some things, this is a great call to be on. So please put that in your calendar. Join us here every single week, same time. All right, so the first and most important thing that I want to talk about, where I want to launch off this morning's call, this afternoon's call, is on this important security update. And I'm actually going to go to the document. There's an entire update. So there are two separate updates that we posted. And one is a security update. And for the benefit of those of you who may not have read this, I'm going to actually read this for everyone so we all understand where we are. So dear friends, just over a week ago, we were notified of a member who had experienced malicious activity in their account. What we observed in their account were dozens of trades carried out over a very short space of time. There were no withdrawals, just a lot of unrecognized trades. And the result of all these trades drained the value of this account. Immediately we began investigating, and over the next 36 hours we would learn a lot. We learned that the attack happened through an API connection. We learned actually that two other members in our community had experienced something very similar in their accounts. And then we learned this kind of attack was not limited to just EasyBot members. So before I go any further, I want to pause and make sure that if you're on the call and you haven't done this super important stuff, we posted this a number of times and places last week, that if you have not deleted and updated your API keys, please go do that now. There are instructions in order for you to be able to do so. Please go to our Telegram, go to your email, log into your EasyBot. Any one of those places will give you instructions on how to do it. That's super important. Go do that now. All right, so what happened next? We made this discovery, and obviously it brought about some concern for us. So a few more reports came in over the course of the last week, and so we became really laser focused on two things. One was assessing our security infrastructure, and two was connecting personally with each affected member. So while the experience has been limited to just a very small number of EasyBot members, their individual stories were important for us to address personally. During the past week, our CEO, Muhammad Ali, myself, David D. Charles, and our Global Sales Director, Ken Chick, met with every single one of our affected members. During these meetings, we were able to reassure the member that we would support them through the entire experience, including a commitment to see that any losses they suffered were fully recovered. We want to give a special thanks to Nico and Dalibor, who helped us with some of the translations. Special thanks to Peter Breezy, who helped facilitate communication with these members. And of course, this is a good place to note that if you ever notice or have a question about suspicious or unfamiliar activity in your account, please feel free to reach out to us, reach out to your exchange, but ask for help. Don't look at something that you don't understand and just let it go. Ask for help. Bring it to somebody's attention. We'll be happy to jump in there with you. All right, so we have this experience, and we've been focused on moving forward, looking at security. So early last week, we hired 3 independent cybersecurity firms to complete an internal audit on EasyBot systems. From this group, we selected a firm that has already begun to establish additional layers of cybersecurity in addition to 24/7 monitoring. Now, one of the most significant updates that is happening is that we are moving to a trusted IP connection for your API. Now, a trusted IP is the only IP address, or the only only digital location rather, that is authorized to execute trades using the API connection. So this essentially eliminates the possibility of malicious use of an API connection. So this week coming, we will issue a trusted IP address, and we're going to ask all members to update the API connection that you already have with this trusted IP. This is very easy to do. There are no new steps, just a simple copy and paste. So look out for that coming. In addition to the trusted IP, there are numerous security enhancements that are being made throughout our production environment and our development cycle. Some of these are going to show up as visible changes in your accounts this week. Some of those things will impact the way that you log in, the way that accounts are created. In the next couple of weeks, you'll see things like 2FA come into your accounts. So we are very appreciative for the members we met with this week and their heartfelt support for EasyBot and our vision to build a company that transforms the experience that people have in crypto. All right, so that was our security update. I wanted to start there. Again, make sure that everybody understands a couple of things. One, there was a very unique event that happened in the last 10 or so days. We took very aggressive action to identify any potential issues and to mitigate any potential risk for our members, and we continue to build upon that commitment, looking forward to how we can create a safer environment for our members. Now, part of creating that safety we take as a responsibility of educating our members as well. Educating people so that we are all aware that the foundation of a successful trading environment, personally, means that we understand and take full responsibility for our security. There's a lot of things that are very different in the world of crypto than what you might be accustomed to in a fiat system. So in the coming weeks, we'll share a lot more in terms of how to stay safe and how to create a good foundation for safety in crypto. All right, so that's our safety update. That's super important point here. The next thing that's exciting that's happening right now is our server migration begins this week, actually tomorrow. So I'm here on the East Coast. On the East Coast, we're going to experience that migration early tomorrow morning for the next few hours. So it'll start at 1 a.m. Eastern, and then it will run for the next few hours. So about 4 or 5 hours, we want to give it some time. That is around 9 a.m. UAE time. So very, very exciting. This is a huge milestone for us. It's an important point because what it means is that we are laying an important foundation that we'll be able to build upon and move very, very quickly, be able to allow us to accommodate all versions of scale and growth. So a couple of things that you can expect. The migration will take a few hours, during which time you will have limited, maybe no access to your EasyBot back office. So please plan around that accordingly. We will post updates so that you're an announcement so that you're aware when it's coming. But please just plan. No, I'm telling you now. So you're here. You know it's coming. One of the things is your registration page to sign up new members will be down during that migration period as well. So you won't be able to sign up new members for a few hours. You're going to have very limited access to your EasyBot back office. Now, a couple things will happen once the migration is complete. And the big thing that we just talked about in the security update is that we will move to a trusted IP for the API connection. Trusted IP is going to increase overall account security. So that's going to be a big and important difference for us. And then within a week of migration, we're excited to announce that all accounts will have full access to all the bots promised on your account. So VIP members, you'll be able to trade all the coins available in the account. Our advanced members will have full access to all your coins as well, and our free members as well. So very, very excited about that. Lots more amazing things coming. We have integrations with our marketing platform coming up in the next week to 2 weeks. You'll see that get released as well. But the server migration, big deal for us. Something else that we've been talking about quite a bit, and that is the paid accounts receiving a subscription reset. So if you're an advanced or VIP user, your account should be showing a full 365 days, or 364 today, in your account. Basically what we did was hit the reset button, gave a full year of new service to all paid subscriptions. That's just our way of saying a big thank you for those who have been patient and supportive through this entire launch phase with us. And then, of course, there's some members that are still unable to start trading. So I wanted to give you a little bit of extra time there as well. Another extension to announce is Founders Club. A lot of you have asked about Founders Club and what we're doing with Founders Club since we're still waiting on some exchanges to come online. Founders Club has pre-qualification has been extended until May 31st. So to be clear on what pre-qualification simply means, it means that you don't have to qualify. When you're fully qualified, you have not only the structure, but you also have those in the structure trading. In pre-qualification, we temporarily suspend the requirement for trading. The reason pre-qualification is important is because it secures a position for you. So you've got an opportunity to secure that position in Founders Club and go ahead and make sure that your folks are getting ready to start trading. Get them start trading right now if they're ready to go. Today we have Binance.com, we have Binance.us, and we have a third exchange that is on its way. Actually goes into testing this week. It is not Coinbase, but it will be a solution for all of those who are waiting on Coinbase. It will be a very simple solution. We're excited about it. We'll talk more about it in the coming days. I'm not going to make an official announcement here on today's call, but as we get closer and we get dialed in, we'll make that announcement. It will come here very, very shortly. It's going to provide a great, great solution for a whole lot of folks to be able to start trading with us. So look for that. Look for more details coming in this week. We'll announce more about it this week. Commissions. Last thing we're going to talk about real quick is commissions. SSF, software service fee commissions for April 1st to the 15th are in your wallets as we speak. SSF commissions for the 16th through the 30th are being distributed this week, and then our first distribution for matching bonus commissions also happens this week. So lots of exciting things, guys. This has been posted in Telegram. There's a link to both of the announcements that I just read to you. They'll also go out by email later on today. But let me pause here. That's the announcements for today. Any questions? I think there's a bunch of stuff in the chat. Breezy, if you could help get me through any questions. Guys, if you have questions, it's much easier if you raise your hand, ask your question, and we can engage with you there. Breezy, any questions in the chat we need to deal with?
The call is being recorded. Other than that, it's just good mornings, and that's it so far, unless you have personal ones sent to you. But as of right now, no other questions.
All right.
I've got a question here.
Yeah, a question about the API.
Well, the API, that's very important. There's another question, too. I want to ask David on that. But, guys, listen, we know that there have been people that have not disconnected their API. You need to disconnect the API, guys. All right? We definitely want to see you guys do that. When I say delete it, you need to go to your Binance account and delete it. Okay? Go to your Binance. If you don't do that, we have announced this. We've sent out emails. You're putting yourself at risk. Now, fortunately, we've only had a handful of people that were affected, but we did have 2 people that didn't see or pay attention. We had one that didn't even pay attention to it, and they were affected. They didn't do what we asked them to do. You don't want to see that. You don't want to open up your account and see that somebody's hacked. Do that as soon as possible, guys. Disconnect, delete the API, and you'll be fine. Okay? You can reconnect it. I recommend reconnecting it as soon as the migration is done. And but you can reconnect it right now. We haven't had any problems with anybody that's disconnected it, deleted it, and reconnected it. So that said, there is a question in here that I think would be good for Remus. Yes, I did say something is special is coming. You're going to have to wait. We had a special meeting with the national directors this morning, and something special is coming. We're going to announce that, and most likely it'll be next week. We're waiting for the migration to complete. So, all right. So Bernard asks, will the bots need anything done to them after the migration? Do they need to set to single strategy? Is there anything that they need to do, Dave?
At this point, there should be nothing needed. If that changes, we'll definitely communicate it. But at this point, the bots will stop trading. So just as a heads up, during that period of migration, bots will disconnect and stop trading. They'll stop trading. Once they're loaded onto the new exchange, they should pick up and resume trading as normal. If we see anything different, we will communicate it, but that is our expectation.
Awesome. Okay, and I think that was the other question that was in there that I wanted to address. And other than that, do we have anybody that has any other questions? I'm going to turn it back. If you do, raise your hand. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Dave.
All right. All right, Sydney, come on in. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning, David. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Excellent. I just want to make sure that, do you think it's better that we just wait for everything to be done so that we can make sure that nothing happened and we can start putting money in and start investing right away? Or do you want us to, do right now? Which way is best? Because I don't want to, keep disconnecting the API and all that. Like for new people right now, should we consider, just put the money in and start rolling with it? Or wait for, another week? Or what do you think we should do?
So I'll answer this. Here's the way I'll answer that question. It's entirely up to you what you're most comfortable with. I'll tell you what I'm comfortable with. I have multiple APIs running connected right now that have been set up since we made the announcement to disconnect. So I have full faith and confidence in our infrastructure today, and so I don't have any. This is our response was preventative. It wasn't because there was a specific exploit that we felt our members were exposed to. So it was really very, very aggressively preventative. And in the interim, we've done some very aggressive layers and layers of added security and patching and so forth. So I have a tremendous amount of confidence in our connections and our infrastructure today. What we're doing, however, with the trusted IP just takes it to a whole other level. I mean, there just isn't anything comparable to identifying a single point of entry. So we're doing all of it. And at what point you feel most comfortable is entirely up to you. The migration happens tomorrow, and you should see trusted IP coming within the next 24 hours, 36 hours tops. So, as my mom would say, 6 in one, half a dozen another. It's up to you.
Once the trusted IP address is initiated, maybe you might want to explain or define the trusted, why it's called a trusted IP address. But once it is implemented, does the team need to do, or does our members need to do anything once that is?
Good question. So let me define a trusted IP first. A trusted IP address tells Binance that you can only, or any exchange that receives a trusted IP, it tells that exchange only execute trade orders that come from or initiated as an order from this IP address. What we've noticed in every one of the situations that we've seen both in our community and outside of our community where there was malicious activity on the API, every single one of those situations that they've explored, the IP address was clearly different than the IP the trades were typically being initiated from. So when you have a trusted IP address, EasyBot issues that IP address, and it gives it to our members. We'll issue one over time. We'll issue many. We'll add those to Binance as a list of trusted APIs. And so Binance only listens to or responds to orders that come from within our system. It just totally closes the door on a bad actor that's acting outside of our system and exploiting an API breach. All right, Kurt, you got your hand up, and then Sydney, you're going to come back in.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, sure can.
Okay, this is a question I think I know the answer to, but I think it's kind of for everybody out there. If I were to take and I have somebody brand new signing up today, get their account all set up and the API and everything connected today, are they going to have to mess with the API again by next week or so?
All right, so good question. Here's what it means when you're using when we move to a trusted API. It simply means we're giving you another option in the API connection. So when you get to the API screen, in fact, thank you for your question, Kurt. Let me see if I can give you the visual. Okay, let me share my screen here with you. Okay, so when you get to Binance, you're going to get to, if you already have an API connection, so somebody's setting up an account today, they've created their API, it's connected to EasyBot, all they're actually going to have to do is here, hit edit restrictions, then they're going to come down here, click restrict access to trusted IPs only, and they're going to enter the IP address that we've posted in for our members. And then they hit save, and that's it. So not a whole lot of work. It's a simple copy, paste, edit the restrictions. Of course, Binance is going to make you go through the confirmations through text message, email, or whatever, but that's literally it. So it's really up to you guys if you think that the extra step coming back is creating some friction. It's entirely up to you how you approach it. However, I wanted to show you this because you don't need to replace the API in order to add the trusted IP, and it is an option. So you can use the trusted IP or not. You're not forced to use it, but it does add a layer of added security, and as you can see, Binance recommends that as well. So I hope that makes sense, Kurt. Sorry, entirely.
Let me share one thing here, too. David, could you bring that page back up real quick?
Yep.
I just wanted to show one thing here, because what we're finding is a lot of people are connecting their API key, but they're not enabling spot trading. And you can see where it says underneath the secret key can read. Right next to it is a box to check for your thank you for enabling spot trading. The bot won't work if you don't enable that. You don't want to enable withdrawals. You don't want to give anybody the opportunity to withdraw your money. But you do have to give the bot the opportunity or the ability to spot trade. So you just connect that. There's going to be an edit button that you have to go to. I don't see it here. It might be on edit restrictions as well.
Yep.
But, so you have to click on edit restrictions and then click on that. If you don't click on that, the bot's not going to work. That's a common problem that we continue to see as people are setting up their API key. And, I can testify that I'm the kind of guy that gets really super, super excited, and I don't read all the directions. And so I would be that guy. So, but because I've been able to be in this space for a number of years, this is something that's familiar to me. So make sure you check enable spot trading as well. But there you go. Okay.
All right. Sydney, you put your hand down, so I'm going to assume you got your question answered. Come on back. If not, Howie, come on in, sir. Hey, Howie.
Can you hear me, David?
Yes, we can. You're a little muffled, but we can hear you.
Oh, great. Yeah. Since you was on the Binance account, can you kind of go back to that Binance account? There one of the options I want to make sure that we clarify on that. So there's the option that you was kind of talking about on the bottom. Can you kind of show me on the Binance account one more time?
I'm not sure. I can barely hear you, so I'm not sure what your question is.
Yeah, there's the one on the bottom. It says that restrict access to the trust API only.
Yes.
So can you kind of tell me, should we click the second option or first option?
Yeah. And again, we'll release. This is one part of the instructional. The tool that will come out when it's time to make this update. So it'll be very, very clear what you have to do. For those of you who are on the call with us now, you're going to hit edit restrictions. That's your first step. Make sure, of course, you check enable spot trading. And then if you're using the trusted IP, this is an option, but we recommend then you're going to copy the trusted IP from inside of EasyBot, and you're going to click this option, this radio button here. It'll open up a place for you to paste it. You'll paste that IP address, and then you'll come back and hit save, and you're all done.
Got it. Thank you.
If you already have an API, you don't have to change it. All you've got to do is come back here, hit edit, choose restrict access, add the IP address, hit save.
Got it. Thank you, David. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thanks, Howie. All right. Anybody else? Good questions today. A couple folks in the chat. Gunter, I hope that clarified your question. We do not have to change the API again for the trusted IP. Just adding it as an option. Okay. Guys, if no other questions, we can wrap this up. Coach, I'm going to toss it back to you if you have anything else that you want to go over before we close up today.
No, we're good to go. Guys, we're very, very thankful, very proud of every one of you. We are just super, super excited about what's getting ready to happen here in the next 60 days as we're going to be rolling out some very powerful tools for you guys and some other incredible hidden nuggets that should be within a week. As soon as this migration is completed, we're going to be rolling out some things that's going to make all of your jobs, if you are here to run with us and help promote this incredible product. Only product I know of that makes people money. I don't know of another product out there in the world of referral marketing, MLM, whatever you want to call it, that the product makes people money. And this product is working beautifully, guys. We have so many people writing testimonies on just how excited they are and what they're seeing in profit. And so we've got some incredible things, guys. We're going to be rolling it out and building around it. We're going to have events to roll it out. It'll be a celebration. But you know what? Brock just came in. Brock from London. Why don't you come on in? And I'm also going to ask, let's see, I think we're going to have Bren close us out today. I'd love to hear from Bren too. And Brock, come on in.
Awesome. Good morning. Good afternoon. Just had a quick question for David in terms of, he said there's going to be some announcements later this week that we're excited about. So is that just kind of stay close to Telegram then, considering this will be the only Zoom updates?
Telegram and email. You'll start to see emails going out this week. So everything that we make as an announcement, Telegram will also go out in email. But yes, we'll be very specific. So we've already told you we've got another exchange coming. We're not publishing it just yet because we've got a couple final tests that we're running this week. But everything looks good. We're pretty confident that we'll be able to implement or introduce a solution that will solve access for just about everybody. So we're very, very excited about that. We're within weeks of being able to implement it.
Awesome. All right. Where's Bren? I saw you on the call earlier, brother. Can you come in?
Hey Ken, how are you?
There he is. I'm doing awesome, brother. How you doing?
Doing well. Still living on Zooms.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, excited for all the updates. It's great to see the progress, and I think this is a very effective schedule, having it condensed into one day at one specific time that everyone can remember, add to their calendar to show up and get an update of all the progress that's happening. I know when you sprinkle it out over 5 days, it mightn't look like as much progress, but when you see it like this, you realize just how much action's been taken behind the scenes. And I really think it's a blessing in disguise what has happened. I know that's, it's very difficult when it does happen, but the reality is that it has put in a heightened sense of awareness to allow us to build the right infrastructure and security, enterprise level security right from the beginning, build that foundation that we can basically scale indefinitely at any level once we really do start to onboard the world here. So I think if anything like this were to happen, it happened at the perfect time. And the reality is, guys, that it's not even confirmed that this was necessarily an issue with EasyBot. The reality is Binance has a bit of a history of getting hacked now and again, and that's why we are excited about onboarding multiple exchanges. I know KuCoin, for those of you especially in the US, you're going to be experiencing much lower trading fees. You're going to be able to hang on to your profits and put more of your profits into your pockets as opposed to using Coinbase. So there's a ton of people waiting for that, because I personally know lots of people even that can access it that refuse to use Binance. So the more we get diversified...
I think we just let the cat out.
Oh, no.
It's
quick,
okay, brother.
Pause the recording. Edit.
That's okay.
It's okay. We still have about 80 people on here. Yeah, it is all right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's okay. It's all right. Guys, that's what's coming, by the way.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
So,
It's
okay, brother.
very exciting to see the SSF commissions roll out too. I know that it mightn't have the jaw-dropping returns for some of the Ponzi-preneurs might experience out there that are used to the flash-in-the-pan projects where you have fixed daily returns and it only lasts 90 days. But seeing something like that,
Real.
I will tell you one thing though, I'm not going to give any dollar values, but I will tell you that our SSF commissions increased 600% from our payout in March to the payout for the first 2 weeks in April. But think about that, guys. Think about the compound effect by the nature of the product that we're sharing here, where the product itself makes people money. Just think about 12 months, 18 months, or 36 months from now, what can happen with that compound effect. So we're excited to see the next payout as more and more people use the bot, as more and more people organically upgrade from the free membership. Some enhancements coming to certain aspects of the business that I won't reveal either, but we just got off a call. I don't want to let two things out of the bag within the space of 5 minutes. But one of the things I'll say is it's great to see how open and transparent this company and how open and receptive they are to constructive feedback and taking on ideas from the community. We had a great leader in the community that brought forward an idea and we got to vote on it. The ability for receiving feedback from the people that are taking the actions. At the end of the day, it's the company that's going to be making these decisions, but just the fact that they're receptive to hearing that kind of feedback is very powerful, because there's a lot of companies out there that might let their egos get in the way, and they're capitalizing on all the breakage that can come from companies. But the fact that they're willing to listen is an amazing thing. It's great for the future and what we have here. So excited about the security, the foundation that we have, the enhancements that are coming, and the fact that we can really start to roll up our sleeves now and take massive action and create some crazy momentum. Just as hopefully there's one more thing I want to share. And so I think what the market did happen at just the right time. Some people would say it'd be great if we launched just at the beginning of a big bull run. The market ran up 90%, whatever the case may be. I think it's brilliant that what actually happened in April when most people turned on the bots is the market on most coins that were trading fell 35%, and now it's in consolidation, preparing potentially for a bull run. If we had entered a bull run and we were 7 months in, there might be still that gnawing feeling at the back of your mind for certain people, but we haven't seen how this bot yet performs in a crashing market or in a downtrend bearish market. But we got to see it right away, so it's really reinforced the confidence of the strategy. Yeah. I mean, one of our coins, compared to every other crypto bot out there, depending on if they're a DCA bot or a grid trading bot, we have a hybrid trading bot here. It's making money even while the market is falling. And it's every day it's lowering the price that it has to get back to. So eventually it doesn't even need the market to go back up to be able to get out. But to be making money along the way and see that in action is very powerful. It really reinforces the confidence and the belief in the strategy itself. So I just wanted to mention that I think it was ideal timing. And then once the floodgates do open, when the bot does enter a bull run, it's just going to be even more powerful. So it was great to see that. It has really helped my belief, because I know back tests and all the testing that was done, but to see it for yourself is very powerful.
3 hours will be fine.
Those are just some things I wanted to share. Some cats out of the bag.
Eastern.
It's okay. Hey, you mentioned something early on about consolidating our update calls to once a week. Guys, this is something that we had planned on from the very, very beginning. We opened it up to 2, and we even did, I think, 1 or 2 weeks where we had 3, because we had a lot going on, and we just wanted to keep the field informed. But we had always tended to back down to 1 a week, and that's going to be our global state of the nations, state of the nations address, I think is what we'll call it. But we're very thankful, very, very excited. All of us that are part of the executive team are working night and day, as you guys, I'm sure, can understand, and our leaders are doing the same. And we've got, I don't know, we'll have all of this information to you within the next few weeks, but in our back office, we'll have listed all the different Zoom calls for all the different countries, time zones, all of that. But we have Zooms going on right now around the world, globally, and in every time zone, and in multiple languages. So it's just very, very exciting to see how this thing is taken off for us so beautifully. And we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet, guys. This thing's getting ready to explode. Who have built before, we've seen massive momentum with products that weren't even close to this. So we know what we have, and we know where we're going. And every single one of you that are on this call right now, we're excited about how this is going to affect your lives financially as well as you build with us. Howie, come on in. This guy, by the way, Howie lives in San Francisco. He's from Vietnam. He is an incredible servant leader. This guy's got a freaking awesome heart. And Howie, come on in. I saw you raise your hand again. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Howie, you're muted, brother.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, that's
true. I
true.
can hear you now. You are a little muffled, though. Just
all right.
to let you know.
Okay.
Well, anyways, I just want to comment something about the Eazy bot. First of all, that I want to thank you so much with all the executive team members and Muhammad, and you guys are diligently working behind the scenes to really get all the stuff going. I think this is really, really phenomenal. But I just want to share with some stuff right now in terms of Eazy bot for like about in the last 10 days that I've been experienced with the bot itself. And I tell you guys that it is working phenomenal. My perspective, the numbers there is very easy to use. And the way I'm seeing right now that I really recommend all the leader or just be patient with the whole thing right now. Just like, any other things out there. In the beginning, that is always going to be chaotic and stuff like that. So be flexible, and the way I'm seeing the Eazy bot working right now, this is really phenomenal, guys. This just really is. And I see that it's working great the way it's supposed to be. And if you see that in the next about, I don't know, couple of years from now, I feel the Eazy bot is going to revolutionize in terms of trading and things like that too. So, and I am very, very excited with this, and I really appreciate you guys put the working together. And that's kind of what I have right now. Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Howie. Hey, listen, I know you guys are doing a conference on the West Coast in the San Diego area. Am I correct on that, or is it further up the coast?
Yeah, I'm actually in San Diego right now, but I was in the Bay Area. San Francisco was 20-some years in the Bay Area, but I'm still go back.
Okay, so you're down in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm in San Diego right now.
So, did you guys already do the conference out there, the meeting, or is that coming up?
No, actually we did. That was, I think about, was last week that we had some phenomenal folks coming in. So basically that we're working around and just got to start off locally. But seriously, we can, get everything squared away. We're planning to do some big meeting up in the Bay Area now. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, anything you need, we're here to help and serve, okay?
Thank
so let
you.
me know if you do a meeting and you want me to come on a Zoom and, just encourage, and share the vision. I'll be there, okay? So just let me know.
I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. We're going to call it a day. Thank